Hey guys, welcome back to Pinterest in 10 minutes a day, where you learn how to save time on social media, grow your reach in just 10 minutes each day using Pinterest marketing without having to engage. I'm your host, Sharice Merrill, a mom of five living in Arizona who has grown two businesses, and I'm here to teach you how to save time and use Pinterest better. Let's get started. So, today we are going to talk about how to save 3 hours a week with social media. And if you joined me last episode, then you would have already made a list of how much time you were spending each day, so for a week, on each social media platform that you market your business. And believe it or not, I did this 7 years ago when I only had two kids and my husband was working out of town. I was trying to grow a business and I was so frustrated. I wasn't seeing any growth. I was spending all this time on three different platforms and I was getting nowhere. Let's just say I was really, really overwhelmed. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna drop something. I need to cut out one of these platforms. Which platform is more logical for me to cut out? And this is what I realized from doing that exercise in your action step I had you do last episode. Is I went through and I realized I was spending 70% less time on social media, less time on Pinterest versus Facebook and Instagram. And those are the three platforms I was on. So you should have your sheet. Hopefully you have it or thinking about it. And I want you to write down how much traffic or leads, whichever is easiest for you, what how much traffic or leads you get from each platform in a month or in a week or whatever you prefer. I did a month because I wasn't growing very fast at the time. I was still growing. And so I looked at how much time I was spending on the platform and how many leads each month I was getting. And when I realized this, I was getting one lead out of 30 total for the month from Instagram, two leads from Facebook, and 28 of those leads were from Pinterest, guys, out of 1 month. And this gave me the realization that I'm going to forget about Instagram because it was the least amount. And I was actually spending the most amount of time with it. And it was really frustrating. And I was just going to cut off the head of Instagram, not doing it anymore. I'm moving on to Facebook and Pinterest. I also realized that Facebook, I was spending a lot of time on and not getting a lot of growth. So I really lessened my time on Facebook and started focusing on Pinterest and digging into Pinterest. As a busy mom, oh my gosh, sorry. As a busy mom. And so I focused on Pinterest and I started spending a ton of time and I was like, back to spending all this time on social media. I can't do this. And I just cut it down to where I was only spending 10 minutes a day on Pinterest marketing my very first business. And after about 5 years of doing that and growing that first business, I realized that no mom should have to spend this much time on their phone all the time, feeling guilty when they want to be spending time with their kids, or they're not watching their kids because they're engaging away on TikTok. And they need to learn how to use Pinterest so that you can save 3 hours each week on social media. Okay. So I dumped Instagram, I dig into Pinterest, and after 5 years, I started teaching it. And I've been teaching other moms for the last 2.5, 3 years, going on 3 years. Excuse me, how to use Pinterest in 10 minutes a day to save time. I want to share one more thing with you. And if you've been with me a while, then you know that Pinterest is a long-term game strategy. It's a visual search engine. So it's a search engine similar to YouTube and Google. And that in a sense where you need those SEO keywords and it takes longer to get your stuff to be found, but then it's going to stay up in the ranks for a while. And even though I only spend 10 minutes a day on Pinterest, as we talked about last episode, the post life is longer. And that 10 minutes every single day got me further along 3 months later than spending 30 minutes every single day on Facebook. I was still getting more leads. So a lot of people get this in their head that it takes forever to see results from Pinterest. It's not worth it. And I totally get it because I was there. But then when I looked at the numbers, I looked at the cold facts as how much time I was spending on these other platforms to the actual leads, the email leads or the client signups I got was nowhere compared to the number of signups I got with Pinterest, even spending that time on the platform and getting those leads. Okay. So This is how, if you're looking to save time on social media, this is what you need to do. Go back to the last episode, listen to that action step at the very end, take an evaluation of how much time you are spending on each platform. And now, this is the action step we're doing now, is you're going to look at how much time you're creating that content and platform and look at how many leads they're bringing in. Or if you judge it by sales, how many sales are you making? And look at it over the month time. So take your week time, how much you're spending, multiply it by 4. There's 4 weeks in a month. And then look at how many leads each month you're getting from that platform. If you don't know how many leads from the platform, you can always go into Google Analytics and it's going to show you how much referral traffic to your website from those. And so you can generally see that. Excuse me, sorry. Still getting over my cold, guys. It's hanging on for dear life. Okay. And Google Analytics will give you a pretty good idea of how much referral traffic from each of those social media platforms. And then you can base off that. And I want you to evaluate and be honest with yourself. Even if you really love one platform and you don't want to get off it, look at how much time you're spending on leads and try to drop one platform. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, but it's really easy to make a TikTok and then share to Instagram and then share to Facebook and then share to Pinterest and then share to LinkedIn, and you're trying to be everywhere at once. But guys, I know it sounds easy, but it's still taking time and it's taking engagement away. Even if you have it scheduled on all those platforms, are you engaging all of those platforms? So be honest with yourself, guys. If you truly want to save time on social media, but still get the same results or better results in marketing your business, then look at your time on each platform per growth. And if you're not on Pinterest yet to judge to see how much growth you have from Pinterest, then I challenge you to take a look, grab my Pinterest Quick Start Guide. There are graphs in there that actually show you how long I've been on my 2 businesses and how much traffic I'm getting from Pinterest versus Facebook and Instagram on a platform that I've been on, Pinterest, for a long time, and one that I've only been on for 2.5 years at that point when I took the picture, okay? And it's going to show you what your potential could be with Pinterest and that traffic, okay? So save time on social media, do an evaluation, and kick off the platform that is not being beneficial to you, where you're spending the most time and not getting those results, those emails, those leads, those clients. Get rid of them and say, I'll come back to it in another time, or I'll have a VA do it. And just focus on those 2 platforms, maybe 3, but generally just 2 platforms on growing your business. If you're looking for more information on how to start with Pinterest, then go ahead and comment POG, P-O-G, below wherever you're watching this, and I'll give you more information about my online class where I teach you the exact strategy I used for 3 to 5 years with the minor tweaks growing my first business on Pinterest. Okay, guys? Let me know what questions you have. Please share this episode if you find it valuable, and I will chat with you guys next week. Bye for now.